Good day, everyone, and welcome to another session of the ATU Library tutorial series. In this series, we're going to take you through some basics of citation and referencing. We just want you to understand some of the basics of citation and referencing. And one may ask, what will be involved in this tutorial series? So we have, in this tutorial series, we are going to discuss what citation is, why cite, citation styles, when you are citing, what to cite, when to use an in-text citation, some examples of in-text citation. Then we have referencing styles, and we also have some examples. Now, citation. What actually is citation? Now, when we talk about citation, we are saying that these appears in text of your essay wherever you use a quote or incorporate an idea you have picked from another source. So basically, citation mostly appears in your text whenever you use a particular concept, a quote, or you chip in an idea that is not from you, but from someone. In that sense, you have to cite that person. And you just beside of our text over here, we have some examples of citations as you see over here. So whenever you pick something that is not yours, any concept, you have to acknowledge where you picked the information from, or the author or the authors that made that particular or stated that particular information. Now, why cite? One may ask, but knowledge, there's no need for me to cite somebody's concept, but there is a need to do that. So why cite? Now, if you pick somebody's work, you need to cite. These are some of the reasons why we need to cite somebody's concept. Now, to give credit to others' work and ideas, whether you agree with them or not. Now, when you use someone's words, you must give them credit by using both quotation marks and citations. Quotation marks are normally used when you are picking whatever the person said verbatim. And so, in such circumstances, you have to quote, you have to put those information in quotation marks. In our other tutorial series that we will cover after this, we will explain when to put information into quotation marks. We have some instances whereby when you have words more than 20, when you have words less than 20, how you are going to put them in quotation marks and how you are going to present them in your essay. Now we move on to the second point. We cite to show readers the material on which you base your analysis, your narrative, or your conclusions. So basically, in some instances, you are doing your study and you want to lay emphasis on some certain analysis in order to back your argument. You need to cite it. If you want to chip in a conclusion from somebody's work, in order to buttress yours or to make a point, you have to cite it. Now, the third point is to guide readers to the materials you have used so they can examine it for themselves. So whatever information you have over there, for credibility's sake, you have to cite it so that anyone who pick your work and start reading your work and would like to read further will just look at your citation, jump into the reference, which we'll be treating very soon, and get a material for him or herself to read further. Now, their interest might be to confirm your work, to challenge it, or simply to explore it further. So basically, as I said earlier on, when you cite, it helps anyone reading your document to trace that particular material that you use for your work so that the person can read further, or that is explore further, criticize or challenge whatever you have in there, or to confirm your work as a means of what credibility. Now, citation style. There are lots of citation styles, and some of these we have the Chicago, we have the MLA, we have the APA, we have the CSC. So the Chicago is mostly used in many fields. The MLA is used in humanities, the APA, social sciences, education, and so forth. The CSC is used for biological sciences, the AMA for biomedical sciences, the AMS for mathematics and computer sciences, IEEE for electrical and electronic engineering, and so forth. Now, note that you only choose a citation style based on the requirements of your supervisor, your professor, your lecturer. So, as a student, you don't use any citation style in your essay. You follow what has been given to you by your professor, your supervisor, your lecturer, your teacher, before you use any of the citation style. Now, what to cite? So in your document, you may be gathering information from different sources, and some of these sources that you gather your information from in preparing your essay that you need to cite include books, journal articles, newspapers, magazines, someone thesis or dissertation, archival materials or manuscript collections, encyclopedia, speech, academic talk or course lecture, poem, play, television program, film, among others. When to use an in-text citation. So in your document, in your long essay, you ask yourself, where appropriately will my in-text citation be, or when to use them? So when you are quoting directly from another source, you have to cite. When you are writing about another researcher's theory or idea using your own words as a paraphrase or a summary, you have to cite. You are using facts and figures from another writer to support your idea, you have to cite it. Even a diagram, being it from a book, an article, you have to cite that particular diagram. You include some statistics that your lecturer has given you in a lecture, you still have to cite that statistics that you have picked from maybe the handbook or what a lecturer told you, you have to cite that particular statistics. So these are some of the things in your document that need citation when you use them. Now, these are some examples of in-text citations. So you realize that the style that we have over here is different from what we have over here. It's also different from what we have over here. So in our subsequent tutorial series, we are going to take you through how you can cite your work in IEEE, in APA, in Harvard, and so forth. But basically, these are some examples of in-text citations. So we could have some of them beginning your statement, the same way we can have some of them ending your statement. Now, referencing. We are saying that referencing appears at the end of your essay or chapter, or sometimes at the bottom of each page, and give full details of the source of your information. So citation just only gives you the author or the authors of that particular information, or the author or the authors that made that particular assertion, fact. Only the names of the authors. But when you get to referencing, it entails a lot. Referencing gives full details of the source of your information. Apart from the author's name, you are going to add the title of the book or the article that you used, or the title of the material that you used, followed by maybe the journal of the article, maybe the publisher when it comes to books, and so forth. We will treat referencing in a subsequent tutorial series. Now, why referencing? Referencing is done in order to protect the intellectual property of the original author and to provide readers with specific bibliographical information. When you talk about bibliographical information, there are some information that you used. There are some information that you read, but they are not cited in your document, but you want to acknowledge them. Those are what we call bibliographical information. And they must also be part of your referencing list. Now, where normally do referencing appear in your document? While citations do appear at the start of your statement, in the middle of your statement, or at the end of your statement, where does referencing also appear in your document? Now, referencing appears at the end of your essay or chapter, or sometimes at the bottom of each page, and gives full details of source of your information. So we have referencing can appear at the end notes or the footnotes. At the same time, the last page of your document, referencing can appear over there. That is why we said sometimes at the bottom of each page and give full details of the source of your information. We have styles, different styles of referencing. We have the APA style. We have the Vancouver, we have the Chicago, we have the Harvard, we have the IEEE. All these examples are referencing styles that you can use them in your document. But note that you only select a citation style or referencing style based on the requirements or coming from your supervisor, your professor, your teacher, your lecturer. You only select a referencing style based on what you've been told by these lecturers or supervisors. Now, this is an example of a reference list. But however, you are not going to get all your referencing style like this. What we have here is in different style. In our next library tutorial series, we are going to pick one referencing style. That is the American Psychological Association, APA. We give you a master overview of grabbing the concept of the APA style. Then we move to formatting your document using the 7th edition of the APA style. Now the APA style, we have the 7th edition. In our other section too, we introduce some referencing management software that can help you to cite and reference easily. Thank you once again. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at ATU Library.